Let's go to Colombo, Sri Lanka, because Ashraf Haidari is joining us from there. He is Afghanistan's ambassador to Sri Lanka. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for your time. A lot of the leaders there in Dushanbe have been saying that Afghanistan's foreign assets should be unfrozen to promote dialogue with the Taliban. How likely do you think that is, given that the Taliban government hasn't been officially recognized by, I don't believe, any countries yet?
Oh, thank you so much. I welcome most of the statements coming from the member states of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, 5 of whom are direct members now. Iran is also a member now, 6 of them. We congratulate Iran on acceding. Of course, remember that Afghanistan has also been very interested and remains interested in joining this very important regional grouping to address the intertwined challenges of terrorism, extremism, separatism, and drug trafficking, most of which are unfortunately imposed on Afghanistan and centered in Afghanistan. When it comes to the unfreezing of the assets, of course, that depends on how quickly and rapidly the setup in Kabul would meet the conditions set forth by the member states of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, including China, Russia, of course, Iran, Tajikistan, and others on becoming inclusive and representative as soon as possible, so that all Afghan voices are represented, and then, of course, they go about the business of working with the region, including SCO member states, as I said, our neighbors, on issues of regional connectivity, economic growth, and as well as, of course, addressing the intertwined challenges of terrorism, extremism, and drug trafficking. And here we strongly support the call by the president of Tajikistan on the revitalization and fully operationalization of the RACS, which is the regional anti-terrorism structure, in order to help address the challenges that I pointed out that are in Afghanistan, especially all forces coming together to fight terrorism and extremism on the one hand, as well as engage in results-driven law enforcement cooperation, including intelligence sharing against drug trafficking and drug production in Afghanistan that undermine regional stability and peace.
How important do you think it is that the government in Kabul woo Western nations? I mean, this summit in Dushanbe is a really good example because geographically, quite clearly, Russia, China, Iran, I mean, these countries are Afghanistan's most important regional possible partners. And would that make it difficult if the Afghan government looks to those countries in terms of possibly it losing out its influence with Western countries?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, it's our neighborhood and it's Asia. So we need to collaborate and cooperate with all our neighbors who happen to be the member states of SCO, which we are an observer, and we should also gain full membership, much like Iran. And I think the West is not opposing our cooperation and partnership with our neighbors, now that they're gone, and of course whose presence in Afghanistan, the very SCO that we're talking about, used to criticize. Now they're gone. Now this is an opportunity. The vacuum that is left behind by the West, NATO, including, of course, Turkey, is a major opportunity for the SCO to step in and step forward to do what is needed in terms of helping form a representative, inclusive government, and as well as a moderate Islam that is prevalent across Central Asia, the cradle of moderate Islam. This is where, remember, Sufism emerged and then spread throughout South Asia. And of course, which Sufism, we all know, it stands very much against extremism. So Central Asia and our, of course, further neighbors, including Russia, have a lot to do in terms of helping the establishment of a truly meaningful, inclusive, and representative government, and then, of course, working with such a government to help ensure connectivity through Afghanistan, because Afghanistan is simply the heart of Asia, and no a regional connectivity project, including BRI or CPEC, can ignore Afghanistan without peace and stability in this country, consistent with the desire of the Afghan people.
Ambassador Ashraf Haidari, you appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much indeed.